Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Pizzo, and in today's episode, I will be showing you what is the best mage setup you should use. Your armor and your pet is very reliable on how you perform in dungeons. This is why I will be making a video telling you what is the best mage setup that you should use. I will be going off of 3 builds that I think that are the best for you guys. The first build is going to be Wither Goggles with Black Cat Pet. The second build will be Wither Goggles with a Sheep Pet. And the third build will be Shadow Assassin Head with Sheep Pet. Keep in mind, the armor that I am wearing is a Storm Chestplate, Storm Chestplate, Storm Leggings, and Spirit Boots. And just before we get into the 3 tests, I would like to be telling you what I will be basing these armor sets and the pets off of. So, the first thing I'll be basing it off of is how fast I can clear F7 frag run. And then the 2 other ones will be what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages for using this setup. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the clips. Okay, so the first setup we'll be testing is the Wither Goggles plus the Black Cat Pet. As you can see, I am at 500 speed, which is very nice because mages does not give a lot of speed, and that can be a trouble for you. And also, I do not have the Rogue Sword a lot because you are already almost at 400% speed when going into the dungeon. I'm doing a lot of damage to Lost Adventures here, and I'm not losing that much damage because I'm wearing Wither Goggles. I can clear rooms very fast with the Black Cat Pet. Now, let's get into the advantages and the disadvantages. An advantage is you get a lot of speed and you don't have to Rogue Sword that much. And Rogue Swording does actually cost a little bit of time when clearing the dungeon, because you might have to open a Wither door, go back, and Rogue Sword, which could waste a little bit of time. Disadvantages. You can't spam Hyperion like you could with Sheep Pet, meaning that you can just keep spamming Hyperion. I know that's very fun to do, and it does clear the mobs, even might be a little bit faster than Black Cat Pet, but you can't spam Hyperion with Black Cat, otherwise you'll run out of mana pretty fast. And if you just swapped over from Sheep to Black Cat, there's a very big mana difference. So let's get into the second setup. We'll be testing Wither Goggles plus the Sheep Pet. As you can see, when I enter the dungeon, I'm at around 200 speed, which isn't the best because that means I have to Rogue Sword about 20 times. And I'm only getting 400% speed, unlike the Black Cat Pet, to where I get 500 speed. But I'm doing even more damage to Lost Adventures than with the Black Cat Pet. I'm clearing the dungeon pretty fast, but it's not as fast as the Black Cat Pet because I do not have 500% speed. Now, let's get into the advantages and disadvantages. Advantage. You get a lot of damage with this setup. And keep in mind, you can get even more damage with this setup with the Minus Relic and Chimera. And I will go into that in the next Shadow Assassin Head setup. Disadvantage. You have to Rogue Sword a lot, and you are very slow compared to the Black Cat Pet. Okay, so now we will be going over the final setup. Shadow Assassin Head with Sheep Pet. As you can see, at the beginning of the dungeon, I do get around 240 speed. I do Rogue Sword a little bit, but I don't Rogue Sword all the way to 400% speed, because Shadow Assassin Head passive ability is whenever you teleport, you get speed. This works with Hyperion. I'm clearing the dungeon pretty fast, and I don't even have to use my Rogue Sword, so I'm basically staying at 400% speed all the time, which is very good. And I'm also able to spam the Hyperion. But the bad thing is there's a huge damage difference between the Wither Goggles, and I'm losing a lot of damage while wearing Shadow Assassin Head. Now, let's get into the advantages and disadvantages. Advantage. You don't have to Rogue Sword at all because you're constantly staying at 400% speed. Disadvantage. You're losing a crap ton of damage compared to the Wither Goggles. And this could affect many things, like you killing mini-bosses, you killing Yellow Room Shadow Assassins, not Shadow Assassins, but you killing just Yellow Room mobs, you killing Withermancers, or you even like doing maybe some frag runs and you can't kill the boss as fast as if you're wearing wither goggles with black cat or wither goggles with sheep pet. So that's my overall view over the 3 types of setups that I have showed you, and I will go ahead and go into my final part of the video, me saying what is the best setup that I think that you guys should use, and in my opinion, what is the best setup just overall. So, what is my opinion on all of these setups, and what do I think that, which setup would I think would be the best for you? So, in my opinion, the best setup that that you guys should use is probably the one that I'm using right now, is the black cat plus the wither goggles. And the reason why I say this is because you don't have to rogue sword a lot, and you get a lot of speed, and you get a lot of agility, so you can go through the dungeon very fast, clear dungeons very fast, while you do have a lot of speed, and you're not losing a lot of damage because you're not using Shadow Assassin Head, but you are losing a little bit of damage while using sheep. While if you're using wither goggles with sheep, you have to rogue sword a lot. You are getting a lot of damage, but you do have to rogue sword, which would take a lot of time out of the dungeon of just you like doing secrets and clearing. And with Shadow Assassin Head, yes, you do have a lot of you do get a lot of speed, and you don't have to rogue sword at all because you are basically just having like you just have constant 400% speed. But you are losing a lot of damage. But this is where something comes into play. If you have a Minus Relic on your sheep pet, or if you do have Chimera, then yeah, use Shadow Assassin Head, because you probably are even getting more damage with Wither Goggles if you're using Shadow Assassin Head and you have Chimera and a Minus Relic. But yeah, if you have a Minus Relic sheep and you're using Wither Goggles, then definitely use Shadow Assassin Head, because I mean you're probably already getting enough damage from the Minus Relic. So yeah, that's basically my opinion on what setup you should use. And like I said, I'll reset it again. The setup that I would recommend right now is the black cat pet plus the wither goggles. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. This did take a lot of time to edit and record. So if you guys could drop a like, drop a sub, that would be, I would very appreciate that. And also, that's all I gotta say, guys. So have a nice day, have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Hope you've had a good day, and yeah, peace out.